Hello Sagittarius, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. And please keep in mind that for this reading, I am only channeling into my higher intuitive self. I am not channeling through any spirit guides, positive or negative. I do channel at the end of this reading to Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, to provide some advice regarding this particular connection. And advice that goes to you. Wowee. Very serious cards here. My gosh, you have sadness, but also a lot of sexual energy. Okay. We have your boundaries. Somebody here is very, very hurt because of the distance that's between the both of you. Oh, yep, and that fell down earlier. Grief. Yep, they are very sad. They're grieving. Interesting. So we have here, Sagittarius, we have surrender, followed by sexuality, illness, wellness, boundaries, grief, centering, beliefs, abundance, and then we have relationship under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Sagittarius, I do feel that in this connection, so much has happened, and it's as if I just give up. I've surrendered myself to you. All that I am, all that I can be. I feel as if though I belong to you and you belong to me. My mind, my heart, my body, it only wants to do things for you. And I am extremely overwhelmed by the power you have over me with your sexuality. I find myself almost sick because I can't stop thinking about you and your naked body, how I want to be with you intimately, what I want to do to you intimately. I can't stop thinking about that. I'm obsessing over it. It's not healthy. It's overtaken my mind, my feelings, my emotions. I just can't get you off my mind. And I want to be with you, but there are certain things that are holding me back. Past trauma, emotional trauma, things that have happened in my life that I never really shared. Burdens weigh me down, responsibilities weigh me down. It's hard for me to bear these burdens. There's too much going on in my life, and I'm not able to focus on you. I'm drowning in this sea of sadness. Things weigh me down. And even though I want to achieve something, even though I want to go above the surface of this water, I'm not able to. Because there's something here that keeps pulling me down, keeps weighing me down. And I want to go above the surface of this water because that is where you are. But I just can't reach out to you. I want to, but there are things that are weighing me down. And for this reason, I have kept my distance. These obstacles, these restrictions, these burdens, they have created such a boundary that I can't talk to you. I can't communicate with you. I can't touch you. There's certain things here that have happened to me emotionally. Everything is now starting to keep me at a distance from you. These boundaries are huge. My emotions, I'm trying to keep in check. I don't want to be emotionally vulnerable, so I have also put up my boundaries. But just the fact that these boundaries exist and I can't go beyond them and I can't be with you. I feel that here I grieve because now I feel as if I've lost you forever. There was this night sky, this darkness all around me, and you were that one shining star, and now I feel that that is fading as well. You have the power of making me well. You have the power of making me ill. Without you, I am neither. I'm neither here nor there. I don't know how to categorize myself because I define myself through you. I do feel that in this connection I have taken advantage of you, focused a lot on the materialistic, focused a lot on sexuality and lust. I never really focused on the love part. And I know that hurts you because I know that's not right. And now I feel regret, remorse, pain, sadness, and melancholy because of the things that I've done and said, the way I behaved, and even the things that I didn't say that I should have, the things that I didn't do that I should have done. I regret all of it. My heart is broken. I took you for granted. I overindulged, and I almost manipulated you in a way. I do miss you. I miss the fact that you and I had this perfect balance, like the yin and the yang. If I am the moon, you are the sun. Like salt and pepper, like hot and cold, day and night. There's a perfect balance. Without you, I don't feel balanced. Without you, I don't feel complete. Life doesn't feel the same, doesn't feel good. And I understand that in this connection, the world thinks of us as someone different. You and I have our own opinions, our own ways of doing things, thinking of things. I don't know what to say. I am who I am, and I can't really change my ways because this is how I was born and brought up. These are the things I believe in. This is my belief system. This is who I am. I know that you and I were born and brought up in very different ways. And I know that your opinions and mine are quite different. We have differences. We have different ideas, different mindsets, different lifestyles, different cultures, backgrounds. And I understand that this is also why it's hard for us to think straight. It's hard for us to be on the same path because we are not the same. Then how can we be on the same path? I know the world doesn't want us to be together. I know there are certain restrictions, certain things that certain people will say. Society, family, friends, people around us. My opinions sometimes change and shift because of what others say. But I do feel that in this connection, you have always been that person that has so much potential, so much wisdom. There's so much that I can gain, even yourself. But now also, materialistic expectations and finances, sometimes they also cloud my judgment. Sometimes they also get in the way of things. Overall, I do feel that in this connection, I would love to be in a relationship with you. A long-term committed relationship. Something that'll be long-lasting. I feel that in this connection, I've spent a lot of nights, many moons have gone by, and I've waited, thinking, contemplating what it would be like to be in a long-term committed relationship with you. I see how others are with you and I like what I see. I want to be like that too. I want to be a part of your life. Long-term. And I want to do this because no matter what the boundaries are, no matter how depressed I am, no matter how much I grieve, no matter what type of belief, issues, and opinions we have, I still feel as if I belong to you and you belong to me. All right, Sagittarius. What was that all about? Not only did I get tongue-tied, the person, their energy is like, and this is collective energy, right? This is not one particular individual. This is the average of all of the people that I'm reading for right now. There's a lot of nervousness. And it's almost as if when and if this person was to ever talk to you, they literally get tongue-tied, tongue-twisted, like they just can't speak. They can't bring the words outside of their mouth. This is a problem because how are they going to communicate with you? There's a problem here, Sagittarius. For some of you, there might be a religious problem where maybe you're both from different backgrounds, religious backgrounds. Your society is different. Your mindsets are different. Your opinions are different. The beliefs card is here. And the beliefs card, when it comes up for me, it does talk about a lot of external problems that are causing the issue in your relationship. Like you both might be completely like compatible, perfectly fine. However, family members or friends may be saying, you know what, you can do better. So there is something here that's going on where we're not just dealing with you and your life, just you. No, we're dealing with other people here too. So other people do have an influence, Sagittarius, on this connection, unfortunately. I do see that here. It could be other people. It could be the society itself. It could be just certain beliefs. But the mindsets are not, they're not in sync, you know. And that's causing a problem. There is definitely a lot of sexual chemistry in this connection. It is off the charts. Let me know if that resonated with anybody out there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Beginner's Tarot deck. Not the Beginner's Tarot deck. This is the Lover's Path Tarot. Okay. You got two cards here. Very sad card. 9 of Arrows. You have the 10 of Arrows and the 9 of Arrows. Interesting. And then we have the 4 of Staves under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. So let's have a look at the 10 of Arrows. This does talk about how once upon a time there could have been a lot of understanding and wisdom in this connection. There was perfect wisdom at some point in time, emotional wisdom, that was gained through experience, sharing knowledge with others, and the end of a difficult situation because somebody had gained knowledge. But, Sagittarius, something happened where something changed, where there's a lack of knowledge and a lack of wisdom that started to occur. Here, more needed to be considered before completely understanding a situation. This individual started to feel overwhelmed by too much information, and they started to get lost in the details. Sometimes people get very overwhelmed, masculine energy especially. It could be in a man or a woman. But you tell them that, oh, this is the problem with my family, this is the problem with the people that I come from, and this is what you have to deal with. The person is only used to dealing with maybe 1 or 2 people in their life. And you bring into their life 10, 15 people. You see how overwhelmed they're going to get. Even if it's not people, but if it's opinions of people. If it's problems, if it's a situation where they were only dealing with one thing, now they've met you and now they're dealing with several things. Are they able to handle that? No, they're not. Why? Because they've never done that in their life. That's one of the problems here. We have here also the 9 of Arrows. This talks about a lot of anxiety, unresolved issues, and insomnia. Worries that keep one awake at night. An issue that needs and that needed to be looked into more closely. Only then could it have been transformed. Here, there's a feeling of guilt and psychic disturbances. What this person wanted to do, Sagittarius, is having the fading away of these worries. They wanted these worries to fade away. Talks about catharsis. Talks about understanding. The ability to transform pain into strength. So this person really was feeling guilty. There were psychic disturbances. Whatever they did to you, you know that you didn't deserve it. And they know that you didn't deserve it. That is why they're feeling like this. This is not me making you just a victim. No. This person legit thought that what they did was wrong. And they realized this after some time. After the time when they decided to, oh, I understand things better now. Before they didn't. And so they were screwing up. They're creating problems. Here we also have the 4 of Staves. The 4 of Staves here does talk about how in the beginning the both of you may have been really close and there was this desire of wanting stability. But things started to become unstable. Frustrations and disappointments in the home. This is what it was. This is something you might wonder, why did our connection go downhill? Because this person had frustrations in their home and disappointments in their home, meaning the home could mean where they're actually living. The home could be their history. Did their parents divorce? Was there always a violent relationship between the people that they were in and living with. How have they thought in their mind that, is this going to be what it's like with Sagittarius? There's something here where there's disappointments in the home. And because of that, it has hurt them emotionally. And so they've actually kept a distance from you because of the things that have happened in their past. For some of you, if it's a third-party situation, disappointments at home could mean that this person's having problems with their partner, their spouse, whoever. And because of that, it's causing a problem in your life because they're not able to settle the situation over there on that end. So this could be interpreted in a few ways, but the gist of it is here, where we have the Four of Staffs. It does talk about wanting to move on. Sorry, no. I'll correct myself here. This does talk about wanting stability, but having frustrations at home and having disappointments at home. So Sagittarius, it almost seems as if they were very, very distracted. They knew what they needed to do, but they were not able to focus on you. So let me know if that resonates with some of you out there. This might have been one of the reasons why things didn't work out. All right, we have here the Beginner's Tarot deck. I'm going to have a look at, this card has come out quite a bit in this particular upload. Ten of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups. Followed by the Ten of Wands. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Yikes. Oh my God. People. Sagittarius. Oh man. This is not nice. Four of Swords. Let me just like concentrate on these because this is... Oh, let me say it with you, okay? These are shitty cards. What the hell is going on here? This is not you, though. This is them. This is their brain. This is their mind. This is their heart. It is very sad, lonely, and depressed. That's what their state of... Their mental state is in right now. That's what's going on here. Traditionally, these are not good, happy cards. They never will be. But when somebody's trying to change in their life, they're trying to progress further, right? What I see here with the Ten of Swords is that this person tried to see if the grass was greener on the other side. So they tried to change their life. They tried to change their perspective. Maybe they tried to stay away from you for a while. Did they find that it was worth it? No, they didn't. The grass was not greener on the other side. It was just a bunch of phony baloney, plastic stuff, synthetic. And then on their way back, they're thinking, oh my goodness, I got to go back to my Sagittarius before I lose my Sagittarius. And then on their way back, they got hit with a Ten of Swords in the back. Feeling cheated by fate and destiny, feeling betrayed by fate and destiny. Even though this person tried to do their best by moving on, by seeing what was out there on the horizon, they realized that no, my happy place is where my Sagittarius is. And they tried to come back. But by the time they came back, it was too late. They had enough. Enough is enough. Too much had happened in their life. Why did they want to come back into your life here? Because you are the Queen of Cups. They feel and they sense this unconditional love that comes from you. It is very clean, it's very pure. It is unconditional and soft. It's soft kind of love. Very nurturing. That is how they view you. That is how they see you. But then we also have the Ten of Wands. Even though, remember, you had the beliefs card earlier, right? even though this person may not be able to give you the time, energy, and effort, they still feel that having you in their life at this point would create too much of a burden for them. Why? Because they're overwhelmed. Each staff here is a burden, a restriction, or a problem. One is taking care of a loved one. The other is trying to pay the bills. The other is trying to finish that piece of training that they were trying to finish on time. There's many, many things that people have on the go, right? So this person is already overwhelmed. And it could be relationships. Maybe they're juggling with a partner. Maybe they're juggling with custody battle for kids. It could be anything, right? But this is just an example. So this person is extremely overwhelmed with a bunch of things that are going on in their life. They're not able to focus on you. Why? Because they got a shit ton of other things to do. That's what's happening here. This is a problem. They can't focus on you. Why would they? If they're only going to give you like 30% of their time. Do you deserve 30% of their time? No, you don't. You deserve 100%. We can even adjust for 90%. But they can't give that to you. So they just don't give it to you at all. Because they know it won't be good enough. They want you to have the best. But they just can't do it right now because they're completely burdened with so many other problems in their life. It's not good. And then we have here the Five of Pentacles. So much has happened with this distance, with these boundaries, all this grief that they were feeling, and this connection. There's a lack of human communication here, a lack of interaction. They're feeling this. They're feeling neglected, rejected. They're feeling as if they are left out in the cold. Nobody needs them. Nobody wants them. But the other thing is, you see, they are putting themselves in this mental state because they are also feeling very overwhelmed. When you're in a terrible mood, everything seems terrible. Even if somebody gives you a chocolate cake, you will eat that chocolate cake as if you're angry. Is it the chocolate cake's fault? No. But you'll just be angry because you're angry. You'll be angry at anything. Even if somebody does a nice favor for you, you'll still be angry. Somehow that favor won't be good enough. That's the mindset of this person right now. There's so much negativity going on in their life that even if something positive happens, they're still taking it negatively. Here we also have the Four of Swords under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. This person feels like they've had a broken heart. They have a broken heart right now. And where I see this coming from is, remember we had the grief card, right? The grief card. Grief card is very similar to the Three of Swords, and you can see Three of Swords is in the background there. This person now is resting, recuperating, regenerating. They're trying to fix their life by concentrating on the tiny things that they could possibly fix. Because they don't want anything external bothering them, so they have fallen asleep in this coffin. And they are just keeping quiet. They are keeping to themselves. They don't want to talk to anybody. Either it's a coffin or casket. I don't know what it is, but it is covered up. And they are isolating themselves completely from the rest of the world. They don't want any interaction because they are still trying to figure out their own problems, because those problems are bothering them a lot. So, do I see, Sagittarius, this person making any type of progress here? For this reading, this time round, I honestly don't see them doing anything. And I have to tell you why. You guys can see these cards, right? This person has had enough. Enough is enough. Stabbed in the back, betrayed. Ten of Swords. This person is completely overwhelmed. Their head is down here. Head is down. Head is down. Head is down. So they're very droopy. Their mood is just down in the dumps. They're very overwhelmed. Can't deal with life. feeling rejected, neglected. Then finally, keeping to themselves. Let me think about this. What can I do? That is what's happening here. The one thing I do see is the intention, right from the heart, straight from the heart for this person. They definitely love you. And this love it's like it's reciprocated. They can tell that Sagittarius, you have unconditional love and nurturing qualities for this person. This is what they feel. Now what's interesting is because they feel this from you, they also want to give this to you. So it's an exchange here, but this is only one card, right? The rest of them are very, unfortunately, sad, but very self-reflective. Well, this one's the most. So let me know. Let me know about this particular part, because this was huge. This talks a lot about mental stress, anxiety, even different levels of depression. I mean, this is meant for the other person, but some of you, because this is so intense, some of you might be feeling this yourselves as well. You might be going through this. And you might not recognize that this is what's happening until one day you can't really move on. You only notice these things after something happens. And let's not get to that point where something happens. Let's try to stop it right then and there. Let's try to work our way back and make things better for ourselves. Just going to do a quick prayer. Okay. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. Interesting. So you do have here opportunity, and then we have let go. Followed by yes. We have be assertive. Look at that. Spiritually based romantic connection. You guys are either twin flames, soulmates, or karmic partners. If you want to know more about that stuff, I have another channel, Asnointia Audio. And I have all of the explanations for the different types of connections there, as well as past life related connections. This is a past life connection. Then you have here helpful people. That's part of me. I'm one of those helpful people. To have a look at what type of connection this is. A year from now, under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. So, there is going to be an opportunity that you will receive in the coming days. In the meantime, the angels are telling you to let go. Let go of this belief. Let go of the person. Let go of the situation. Let go of the problems that keep reoccurring. If you can let go of this person, that just basically means no contact. Try to let go. And when you're not contacting that person, try to focus on something else, something better, something that you can actually have an interest in, like a hobby, or do something, spend that energy and transfer that energy into something else. But letting go helps because it will allow this person to feel that distance, and then they will start to miss you. We also have here take action. Take action, and then we have yes, be assertive. So take action does mean that any type of action in terms of you communicating with this person, that is okay. That is okay for you to do. Here we also have yes, be assertive. So this for me also means that yes, there's going to be a time when you will be able to let this person know what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. You're going to be setting some boundaries. You're going to let them know what you feel, why you feel it, and what makes you feel comfortable. We have also here romance. This is just an indication that yes, this is a spiritually based romance. Sagittarius, please keep in mind, I do past life readings, and I have seen that not everybody who is a spiritual connection, soulmate, twin flame karmic partner, not everybody turns out to be together in this lifetime either. So it doesn't mean that if you've met your twin flame that you will be together. Sometimes they only come into your life to teach you a lesson, to make you wiser than you already are. Here we have helpful people. The people that you are going to be connecting with from now until the next year. You're going to meet some people. Some will become friends, some will just be acquaintances, but this talks about talking to people about your issue, about your problem, and allowing them to give you advice and listening to that advice. Some people may be literally a physical person, face-to-face friend, therapist, family member. Some may also simply be just resources online, because those are people that were helpful that have created those resources. This could also be something that you have a look on TV, not TV, but on YouTube or online sources, any other online resource. It doesn't have to be YouTube, but any type of blog, any type of book, anything that anybody has written that shares information about relationships. That is something that you can look into here. The angels want you to be somebody different from now until next year. That's why this is coming up, I see. There's certain things that you have a lack of knowledge of right now. But within the next 7-8 months or so, I'm seeing 7, 8, and I'm also seeing 9 and 12. So those months may be important for you. In those particular, or rather in that particular timeline that I'm seeing the future right now, I am seeing that there's going to be some type of progress. But the progress is not going to be just between you and this individual. The progress is going to be within yourself. It's almost as if I'm getting this reading in a way where let this person, remember they're going through a lot, right? So let this person deal with themselves in their own way. But in the meantime, you have also gone through a lot. And you concentrate on yourself. Get into that hermit mode. Figure out why you do what you do, why you did it, how can you fix it, what do you need to adjust, what do you need to balance. There's certain things in our life, we don't need certain people, we don't need certain things. For you, this will be a renewal, a reboot of your system. So try to fix, I'm getting the word healthy lifestyle. Try to fix certain things in your life that you feel that are out of balance. And then eventually, slowly and slowly, as the months progress, you will start to realize that things are going to feel better for yourself, and the attraction will increase. This person will feel also very attracted to you. They'll also start to feel that you have changed, so maybe they can change. It'll almost be as if you are like motivation for them, an inspiration for them. Oh, this is a very different kind of reading, Sagittarius. Oh my gosh. It's as if both of you are entwined, but you're still trying to do your own thing. But you both are still connected. And yes, you are connected because you have the romance card here. That's why it's actually very difficult for you, Sagittarius, to even move on and to let go. But they are telling you that that's the only way things are going to work. And I can tell you, I tried to do this. I tried to do the whole let go thing. It took me like, oh my God, so long, years. Finally, when I did, my twin flame reached out. Yeah, lo and behold, after 4 friggin' years. Crazy. Crazy. But the thing is that it only happened after I actually had the true feeling that, okay, I'm letting go now. But only then it happened, after a few months. And it's almost as if the other person, because they have a spiritual connection with you, they can feel that you have taken away that energy that you're giving to them. They can feel that loss. And when they feel that loss, they feel worried and they feel fear. There's value. You're finally worth something. And when you're worth something, they don't want to lose you. That's when a person comes back into your life. All right, Sagittarius. That is your reading, guys. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situation. Do let me know in the comments below if this resonated with any of you. I did want to make a quick announcement. I am still doing love readings right now. So if some of you are interested in a private love reading, do go to my website, have a look at the description of the type of reading I have, which is right now 100% written. If that is something that you're interested in, feel free to place an order and I will look into your reading for you. All right then. You all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys again. Bye now.